hours. If you're tuning in now, the stream's over. But thank you for trusting us with your severe weather coverage around 8:45 starting the stream. So severe weather moving into the area. We will be covering it live until it leaves the area. So thanks for joining us here on the stations of Zimmer Marketing.
Severe weather coverage from the Zimmer Marketing Studios, sponsored by New Mac Electric.
It's Ty Albright here in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. Back at it again with another update for you. Severe thunderstorm warning has been shifting southeastward. Now includes more of Cherokee County and Crawford County. Includes places like Riverton, Galena, Crestline, Pittsburgh, Frontenac, Weir, Columbus. A lot of hail coming for Cherokee right now. Highway K7 and Highway 400 there in Cherokee. You are about to get battered with hail. The hail core, again, is between State Highway 126 and 400, moving southeasterly towards the town of Cherokee, Weir, and Scammon. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of southeast Kansas, really extreme southeast Kansas, and it is dipping to the southeast at about, 25 miles per hour. So we're just going to watch this storm. It's still elevated, which means it's not really rooted to the ground. If it does try to continue to rotate or become surface-based, it could have a chance to produce a little spin up, maybe possibly a brief tornado. But right now, it's just a hailer. It is a severe thunderstorm warning. And we're just seeing some showers kind of interact and build into the storm. So we'll see how that affects the structure of the storm. But again, flash flooding tonight is going to be a big problem. So no matter if we see severe weather or not, flash flooding is going to cause some issues. And we've already got a lot of saturated ground, of course, anyway. So it's not going to take much to be, something that's going to wash out certain roads and certain bridges and things like that have already seen a ton of rain. But we're seeing massive hail here, at least a massive hail core on the radar head for the town of Cherokee there in southeast Kansas. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, so protect your vehicle. I mean, it's this latest scan's not as intense as it just was hail core-wise, but it's still pretty crazy looking on the radar that we have here, headed for the town of Cherokee, Weir, maybe Scammon, maybe Chicopee. It might slide just to the southwest of Pittsburgh. We'll have to see where the storm tracks, but could be headed for Highway 69 between Crestline and Pittsburgh here shortly. Kansas crossing that area where 171 meets up with Highway 69. But right now it is severe thunderstorm warning right in and around the Cherokee area of Cherokee County between State Highway 126 and Highway 400, headed for K7, That's where the brunt of the storm is at this time. We are live on the KZRG Facebook page and the KZRG YouTube channel as well. You can see the KZRG Eye in the Sky. You can see me. You can see the radar. And you can see just exactly what I'm talking about here. So stay up to date. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app as well. A great way for you to get watches and warnings sent to your phone so you don't have to sit here and comment that you want an update on your exact location. But, again, massive hail core headed for the town of Cherokee right now, impacting that area. A lot of lightning in and around K7 and Highway 400. And again, is moving to the southeast towards Weir and Scammon. Might impact extreme southwestern Pittsburgh, at least the brunt of this storm. But we've got a lot of rain coming down. We've got a spotter who's already picked up about 3 inches of rain already in southwestern Crawford County. But again, the hail core going right over the towns of Weir and Cherokee as we speak. If you are, again, on the KZRG YouTube or Facebook page, we've got an eye in the sky from our tower cam here near 32nd range line pointed that way. And we'll be able to see exactly when this storm comes in. So, again, tune in there. Severe thunderstorm warning. Now golf ball size hail actually is being reported in portions of Cherokee and Weir and rural parts of Crawford and Cherokee County. So Cherokee, Weir, Scammon, go ahead and take shelter from the hail. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. Nothing's rotating enough to be of a concern, but we've got the National Weather Service in Springfield chatting it up with us, letting us know moment by moment to see if there's going to be anything of concern. Actually, on National Weather Service in Wichita tells us that there's another storm actually near Parsons, Tri-City Airport out that way near Dennis, near Cherryvale, had an 86-mile-per-hour wind gust measured. That's insane, actually. So if you're a little bit further west of Parsons, near Cherryvale, near Mound Valley, near Altamont, we need to watch this storm as well. So there's two big-time severe thunderstorm warnings pushing through the area. It looks like hail and wind are the main threats with the storm, but of course we're going to continue to watch for signs of any rotation as well. So keep it tuned right here. The stations of Zimmer Marketing will follow it for you. It is a considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning, golf ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible for Cherokee and Weir happening right now, headed for Scammon, maybe West Mineral as well. It might go just to the southwest of Pittsburgh, at least the brunt of the storm might, but still want to make sure you're weather aware tonight. We are live on all the stations of Zimmer Marketing and the KZRG YouTube and Facebook page. So tune in. I think we'll go ahead and actually, I do believe, I think this storm's going to continue to maintain its strength as it progresses towards the Joplin Metro. It's moving so slowly, though, 25, 30 miles an hour. We got plenty of time to prepare for it. So if you are in Joplin and your car is currently outside of a carport or a garage and you can get it in there, go ahead. You got time. It's starting to rain a little bit in Joplin, but the lightning, it's still relatively far away, so you still got some time to get the car under some shelter. But Cherokee and Weir getting pounded with lightning, with possibly up to golf ball size hail at this time, and it is a flash flooding threat as well. So the Storm Prediction Center telling us that there still is going to be a threat for something to rotate, but there's no watches in effect right now. So that's the good news there, but we do have that considerable severe thunderstorm warning in effect right over the town of Cherokee and the town of Weir. Latest radar scan still hasn't had it move much at all, actually. Let's take a look at some of the hail sizes that we're getting from the radar. Yeah, big-time hail has been recorded just to the west of Cherokee, just along and north of Highway 400 near South 130th and South 120th Streets there west of Cherokee in Cherokee County and Crawford County. And it's moving southeast, so, Weir, Scammon, Crestline, Carl, Joplin, Galena, Riverton could be in the path of this massive hailstorm, so we want you to, get off of your porch. Make sure you are in the house in these areas. You don't want to be getting hit by this large hail swath as it heads towards your house, no matter where you are there in southeast Kansas. But again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect, 8:51 here on the KZRG 24-hour storm center, covering live severe weather. Ty Albright from the stations of Zimmer Marketing. We'll continue. This is a considerable damage threat. I know a lot of people may want to listen to music tonight, but for now, we will keep it on all stations just to kind of see what this storm does and see if there's any concern about strengthening from the National Weather Service in Springfield. Actually, do have a new report of marble-size hail, Northwest 30th and Highway 400. That is directly from Cherokee County Emergency Management there. Marble size, which is roughly to a nickel, but being reported. Cherokee, Weir, Scammon, you're right in the path of where the storm is. Pittsburgh, you might get lucky and miss the brunts of the hail. Might slide to your southwest. But again, if you're in Asbury, Waco, Crestline, Carl, need to make sure you start getting your cars in under the carport or into, garage or something like that. But also got a storm out here just to the east, northeast of Cherryvale, west, southwest of Parsons near Dennis. That's also sliding southeast, so we could be needing to watch that in Oswego and Labette and Altamont. But let's take a look at rotation here and see if there's anything that's of concern. A little bit of rotation in these storms, but nothing tornadic at this time. If you are listening and out and about, we just want to keep our eyes on it. Mostly a hail and lightning threat and flash flooding as well, because our grounds are so saturated that it's not going to take a lot of rain to pump out flash flooding rates here. But storms are trying to rotate. It's just nothing at least concerning enough to warrant even a tornado possible tag on these, but again, we're watching it radar scan by radar scan from several different sources, and we get the National Weather Service keeping us up to date moment by moment as well. So some good news there, at least near West Mineral, Cherokee, and Scammon. There was a little bit of low-level rotation. It's kind of weakened in the last couple of scans, but we'll continue to watch it because that area would be sliding southeast towards Crestline, towards Galena, towards Joplin. So let's just keep an eye on that here over the next, I'd say, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Storms, again, are moving at about 30 to 35 miles per hour, but not seeing much in the way of chatter on the National Weather Service's ends about rotation. So lots of lightning over Cherokee, concerns for flash flooding in and around Cherokee, West Mineral, Scammon, Weir, southwest side of Pittsburgh. Everybody's just been getting battered over there. Really, the entire area has been getting battered over the last several weeks, even the whole month of June, pretty much. But again, you're listening to live severe weather coverage. Ty Albright and the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor live on the KZRG Facebook and YouTube as well. Check out the KZRG Eye in the Sky cam, which I'll put full screen here. We've got it pointed from our studios here in your 30-second range line to the northwest. So we'll see if we can see a lot of clouds in between the storms. So I haven't really seen any lightning, at least on my ends, but radar is still showing a lot of lightning with this storm, so it's still pretty strong. But the most concern right now, Cherokee, Weir, Scammon, northeast of West Mineral, southwest of Pittsburgh, as the storm is pushing southeast, watching this very slow mover. So flash flooding is a big problem in parts of Cherokee and Crawford counties. So please turn around, don't drown. We say it a lot. But it's very easy for some of these rural roads to wash out very quickly, especially, as I mentioned, with the amount of rain that we've had over the last bit. Very messy storm mode in front of this storm, so that might be helping us out. We'll kind of see how this bigger storm interacts with all this convection in front of it, but we got some rain falling in Joplin and Carl Junction, Baxter, Galena, Riverton. So we'll see if that kind of takes the energy out of the atmosphere ahead of the storm and maybe kind of, overworks it a little bit. But again, we've been talking about this kind of for the last couple of days. We've been in this 5% hatched risk for a rotating storm, slight risk of severe weather. They haven't even put us under a watch. Only northeast Oklahoma was under a tornado watch today, but just shows that these storms can happen no matter what the National Weather Service says. They don't discriminate against that. But we do have slightly bigger than quarter-size hail that's fallen in McCune, Cherokee, Weir, Scammon. Big-time hail there coming down in that part of right where the Cherokee and Crawford County lines meet, Highway 400 and Case 7, headed for Weir, headed for Scammon. And then, of course, the northern edge of Columbus, northeastern edge of Columbus, Crestline, northern edge of Galena, Carl Junction, Asbury, Waco would be in line for all that hail. So if you're in Carl, if you're on the Missouri side, still got some time. We're starting to see lightning kind of get closer to the Missouri-Kansas border, but still got some time to put your car underneath some shelter, so hopefully you don't get any hail damage with that. But, again, we've had reports of golf ball, nickel, marble size hail with the storm. And then we're, of course, watching the one east of Cherryvale, southwest of Parsons. Also got some hail on it. But the good thing is nothing's really looking impressive rotation-wise at this time. This storm north of Mound Valley, northwest of Altamont, is trying to rotate just a little bit. We'll see if it can get going. But if you're in Oswego, if you're in Labette, north of Chautauqua, need to keep an eye on that one. It's just very messy. These storms are very messy. A lot of rain in and around there. Kind of making it hard to get any rotation with the storms. So the storm was trying to rotate near McCune, and then, of course, these showers kind of popped up ahead of it near Columbus, near Crestline, so that may take some energy out of it. We'll have to just kind of wait and see what this does. But big-time hail, rain, lightning, thunder, Weir, Cherokee, Scammon, east of West Mineral, headed for the northeastern edge of Columbus and the Crestline areas at this time. So Pittsburgh, you are on the severe thunderstorm warning, but Pittsburgh, you kind of missed the brunt of the storm, so that's some good news there for Pittsburgh, Frontenac, even the Kansas crossing area, maybe a little bit closer to where this hail is, but right now Highway 400 and K7 over towards Weir, and then the Highway 69 corridor south of Pittsburgh is really where we're thinking the big hail is going to be. It's still broadly rotating, though, so let's keep an eye on it. Very slow. If we're in Carl, if we're in Joplin, if we're in Galena, if we're in Carthage, Webb, Oronogo, we need to keep an eye in the next 30 to 45 minutes for this storm, maybe the next hour. But again, it's broadly rotating. But we are approaching 9 o'clock here in the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center. Ty Albright live on all the stations of Zimmer Marketing, covering these severe thunderstorm warnings for you. At this time, it is also a little concerned still about this storm. It's trying to get going north of Mound Valley, northwest of Altamont there in southeast Kansas, southwest of Parsons. It's moving southeast. So let's take a look at who could be downstream from that storm. Possibly Oswego, possibly Labette. Let's be weather aware. And Chautauqua, Bartlett, and then, of course, closer to Baxter Springs, Commerce, Miami. It's going to take a while for this little slow mover to get going, but it's trying to have some supercell characteristics. It's very small at this time, but there's a lot of lightning and some big hail southwest of Parsons. So let's just keep an eye on the storm. You can see what I'm talking about in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensors radar here. Stations the Zimmer Marketing, 9 o'clock. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings impacting the area. Big-time hail near Weir. Big-time hail just to the southwest of Parsons. But we are going to continue to follow the storms for you as needed. And watch for any rotation. National Weather Service in Springfield says, again, quarter-size hail being reported in Weir, where this storm is currently moving through. Scammon, Weir, Cherokee still getting battered. We'll stay with you here on the stations of Zimmer Marketing. Again, we want to make sure that you are weather aware tonight. We got the radar going moment by moment, scanning every couple of minutes here. So giving you the latest updated information as it happens. If there's any signs of rotation, we'll let you know. But again, these storms are very slow movers. So please understand that turning around when you possibly see a flooded roadway is the best case scenario. We don't want anybody getting swept away in their car. Just takes a few inches of moving water to take your car away. So, we had a couple reported drownings in and around the area related to flash flooding over the past few weeks. So please take the flash flooding threat just as seriously as you would the severe thunderstorm aspect of it. But again, we are live on the KZRG 24-hour Storm Sensor Facebook page and YouTube. So if you're a visual person and want to see the radar I'm looking at and giving you the information from, it's right there. Again, the storm southwest of Parsons, headed towards Altamont, Labette, and Oswego, trying to get going. Very messy storm right over Weir, headed for Highway 69 between Crestline and Pittsburgh, and would be headed for Asbury and Waco. So that storm's a hailer. But we got some torrential rainfall again coming down, so please take the flash flooding warnings seriously. But if you're in Weir and Scammon, you're getting battered right now. A little bit of broad rotation near Scammon. Again, very broad, nothing's concerning enough to warrant any type of tornado warning, but a little bit more rotation near Mound Valley and Altamont, a little farther west, headed towards Oswego and Chautauqua areas. So if you're in those areas, let's just keep an eye on that storm. But we'll hang out with you here on the stations of Zimmer Marketing until the storms pass, just to make sure you're up to date. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings in the area. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter, nickel, even marble size hail. Looking at these storms, they're still pretty elevated, which means they're not really rooted to the ground. So when you're looking for rotating storms, when you're looking for tornadic storms, you look for storms that are kind of connected to the surface a bit, and it looks like at least these two are still pretty elevated. So that's some good news here if we're worried about any little spin-ups. But, of course, things could change because, the environment's still ripe right in and around our area. So we'll keep an eye on it here. We'll just watch it. We'll get our latest from the National Weather Service in Springfield. Severe storms in southeast Kansas moving southeast. New cells are trying to form near Oklahoma and Missouri on down. But the air in Craig and Ottawa counties in northeast Oklahoma hasn't been worked over, so the severe potential is increasing there. So that includes our areas. So we're still watching to see if these storms can take full advantage of the environment. But a lot of lightning headed into the Joplin Metro at this time. But 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hail up to quarters, nickels, marbles, and a non-zero tornado threat. Still nothing too impressive in the way of rotation. It's just some very broad stuff near Weir and Scammon, but not enough to warrant too much concern right now. But let's keep an eye on it. National Weather Service in Tulsa says low-level winds in Craig, Ottawa counties, and then surrounding areas are increasing. This will provide good inflow. So a storm is trying to rotate. It does need good inflow, so it could have at least that ingredient when it's trying to put a little spin up or something on the ground. But right now, not seeing it. These storms are moving into an environment that may support something like that. So let's just keep an eye on it. But again, very high rainfall rates. A quick 2 to 3 inches of rain did fall in portions of Cherokee and Crawford counties. Flash flooding is taking place there in Cherokee, West Mineral, Scammon, Weir, anywhere southwest of Girard, near McCune, Highway 126, Highway 400. So please turn around, don't drown. Definitely some flash flooded areas there. But again, severe thunderstorm warnings, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter, marble, golf, ball-size hail. Continuing to watch for any levels of rotation. Ty Albright in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. Let's take a look at the KZRG eye in the sky. Lightning starting to increase in Joplin. Be able to see that if you tune in to the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor Facebook page and YouTube channel as well. I'll take a look at some other tools we use to try to predict and see where the best chance for rotation is going to be. And it looks like we've got chances for rotating storms for the next couple of hours. So let's just be weather aware on this Thursday night. It's 9:06, coming up on 9:07 here shortly. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Rotating storms. Storm is trying to rotate at least just a little bit, but Highway 69 between Crestline and Pittsburgh is getting battered. No warning yet for Jasper County, but the storm is at least trying to move into the Asbury, Waco, Carl Junction area here shortly. But it looks like still the brunt of it in and around Weir, headed to east-southeast. So Asbury, Waco, Carl, Crestline, you're in the line here for the heaviest amount of winds. But a lot of low visibility in these areas where the rain's coming down. So if you are out driving in Cherokee County, even now as we progress into Jasper County, please take it slow. Please don't stop under overpasses if there is one, if you're on a highway. It just creates a traffic hazard. But again, we're getting reports also of some power lines tipping over in Cherokee County. So please understand that you may be driving through flooded waters. You may be driving over down power lines at some point. Definitely, turn around, don't drown. We always say it. But Cherokee, Weir, Scammon, still a lot of lightning, a lot of hail that could be coming down, a lot of rainfall, flash flooding threat continues. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. And we've still got an environment in and around this area that could support something trying to rotate. So let's keep an eye on it here on the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. latest from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, we are not under a watch. Only Northeast Oklahoma's in a watch, but these warnings do continue. A lot of hail just north of Altamont, between Altamont and Parsons there, headed for Highway 59, headed for Labette, headed for Oswego. So if you're in those areas, make sure you're aware you got some hail coming in. Rain pushing into the Joplin Metro just a little bit. The heaviest stuff still, though, south of Pittsburgh, between Pittsburgh and Crestline at this time. Asbury, Waco, you are in the path of the heaviest rainfall and the best chance, at least, for some hail. But again, you are listening to live severe weather coverage on the stations of Zimmer Marketing, Ty Albright in the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center.
You are listening to live severe weather coverage with the stations of Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. When bad weather strikes, News Talk KZRG is here for you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. News Talk KZRG, your home for weather, news, and politics. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
Again, we are still following these couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, the good news, at least the latest radar scans, there is some broad rotation still in and around Scammon and Weir, headed for Highway 69 in parts of Cherokee County south of Pittsburgh. But there's kind of these showers really kind of joined the party there, so I may have messed with the storm's inflow. It just depends on how these are interacting, but it's not as impressive, at least, as it was earlier, but we're kind of in a radar hole in this area, so it's really hard to get a good look at the rotation, so it still could be pretty strong, pretty broad, though, but areas, the little parts of the storm that are spinning just went over Scammon and Weir, headed the east-southeast towards the northern edge of Crestline. But still no chatter from the National Weather Service in Springfield, so that's good news when we're watching for anything that might produce a little spin up. But again, heavy rainfall tonight. Big time concern there. Flash flooding will be a huge problem. A lot of people overlook it, but honestly, it's one of the deadliest hazards in weather. Then again, farther west, Parsons, southwest of Parsons, near Altamont. A lot of hail coming down near Mound Valley. A little bit of rotation there between Mound Valley and Altamont, headed for Labette and Oswego. Still a little bit of rotation in and around the Scammon, Weir, Crestline areas, Highway 69, west of Asbury and Waco, but nothing that's too concerning at this time, at least according to this latest radar scan. But again, it is dipping southeast, so Joplin, let's keep an eye on it and see what the National Weather Service in Springfield ends up doing with this storm. Kind of in a wait-and-see game here. So you're going to hear me repeat some of the same things over and over, but we just got to see how this storm continues to push southeast. But again, join us on the KZRG Facebook, KZRG YouTube. Got our eye in the sky up. Lightning increasing northwest of Joplin. Flashes every second or two. National Weather Service in Springfield. A little bit of good news here. National Weather Service in Springfield is issuing what they call a special weather statement. So it's just below severe limits. They're issuing that for Jasper County. Winds up to 55 miles per hour and half-inch size hail. So that's at least good news. Maybe the storm's weakening a bit. Again, it's just slightly below severe limits. Interesting call there, but 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts, half-inch size hail just warrants a special weather statement. So some good news with that storm. We'll continue to follow it live here as it's a severe thunderstorm warning in southeast Kansas. They've actually downgraded the warning at least to just some smaller hail. So I'll let our radio listeners get back to regular programming. But again, so special weather statement coming out for Jasper County. It's still going to be quite the storm. We'll see if they bump it up. We'll see how the storm acts in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. But I'll let our music listeners get back to regular programming. If you want more severe weather coverage, we'll still be on the KZRG Facebook page and the KZRG YouTube. Also on News Talk KZRG. That's AM 1310. If you're in and around Jasper County, though, you can get it on FM 102.9. So, but for now, we'll get our music listeners back to regular programming. We will break back in, though, if this storm ramps back up. So maybe talk to you soon, but thank you for tuning in. Cy Albright in the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center.
This severe weather update from studios of News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing is sponsored by New Mac Electric, proudly serving Southwest Missouri for over 80 years. New Mac Electric, your touch-tone energy partner. Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's Cy Albright here in the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center, still covering live severe weather here on the KZRG YouTube and News Talk KZRG, radio stations. So we'll continue to follow the storm. Again, that's good news, though, that it is now just a special weather statement, but still pretty heavy amounts of rain and hail picking up near Columbus and Crestline in this latest scan. So we'll continue to follow it for you here on News Talk KZRG to make sure everybody is weather aware tonight on this Thursday. But at least, again, maybe they expect this to weaken or rotate, or as it pushes into Jasper County. But special weather statement: 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts, half-inch size hail. Moving into the western edge of Jasper County. So at least some good news there. But we've had reports of marbles. Oh, actually, this new severe thunderstorm warning just to the southwest of Parsons did get upgraded. So if you're in Parsons listening, if you're in Altamont, Labette, near Oswego, it's a very small little warning here, but 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail have been reported with this storm. So it's going to do some damage to your car. That's going to do some damage possibly to your roof. A little bit of rotation still near Altamont, but it's a very little small storm over there. So not enough to warrant a tornado warning or a tornado possible tag on it, but we'll watch it as it heads towards Oswego and Labette. So again, there's some big hail there, north of Altamont, southwest of Parsons, moving towards Labette. A lot of lightning in and around Carl, Crestline, Asbury, northwestern edge of Galena. Special weather statement, though, again, is below severe limits. So that's good news, at least, with the storm. But here is the KZRG eye in the sky in our studios here near 32nd range line, pointed to the northwest. So we got our eyes on it, see if we can, see anything worth value. But right now, just a good old-fashioned severe thunderstorm warning in southeast Kansas, pushing in to the western edge of Jasper County. National Weather Service in Wichita says they've got some storms that are trying to rotate in the mid-levels, just not enough of a concern to warrant anything worth warning tornado-wise, at least in southeast Kansas. So, but again, strong thunderstorm impacting western edge of Jasper County, 50 to 55 miles an hour. Actually, it also says landspouts on here, hazard landspouts. So half-inch size hail and maybe a landspout. That's essentially just a brief little spin-up. But that's very interesting. I did not even notice that until just now. But landspouts, quite, if you'll remember a couple years ago, what was it, near Harps in and around Carl Junction, they called that one a landspout. Looked like a tornado to me, but, they are the professionals there. But landspout possible with this storm. Actually, why does it doesn't say it on that one. It says it on this one. Where did I just get that? Okay, new severe thunderstorm warning now. Eastern Labette County. Okay, that was that one. So Eastern Labette County got that 70-mile-an-hour wind gust headed for you. Make sure you are... What? I think this was a mistake. Yeah, they said landspout. I think that was a mistake, and they reissued this warning. Or they reissued this... Okay, yeah, they're sending out a correction. Yeah, they didn't mean to put landspout. So scratch the landspout talk. Scratch the landspout talk. National Weather Service in Springfield tells us still just seeing wind gusts to 55, lightning, and torrential rainfall with this storm. So no landspouts, at least. A lot of lightning, though, picking up on the KZRG eye in the sky. The thunder's booming. We got a good view of it. If you are on News Talk KZRG on the radio, you can tune in on the KZRG Facebook and YouTube. You can see exactly what I am looking at. Because I am a visual person. And you can see me here sitting here with my Red White Sip and Shop shirt. So we had the sort of, while we got a little bit of a lull in the severity of this storm, we did have our Zimmer Marketing Honor Flight of the Ozarks Radiothon today. Tens of thousands of dollars helped raise to get local vets to be able to fly to D.C. so that they can see the war memorials that were, essentially built in their honor. And if you did forget about that or didn't know about it, you do have a chance on Saturday, downtown Webb City. It's our Red White Sip and Shop event, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So there's going to be food trucks, other vendors over there, good shopping, supporting local business and supporting local vets, trying to get them their own plane to fly to D.C. so they can, again, tour the nation's capital and see some of the war memorials that they served and, those memorials built in their honor. So that was a great thing we had going on at Zimmer Marketing today. Again, heavy torrential rainfall headed for the Joplin Metro. Get ready for some street flooding. If you are out and about, please take it slow. Make sure you are using those wipers, turning on those lights, of course, if your lights aren't on auto. But again, some flash flooding is going to be a problem tonight. We did get a deputy reported heavy flooding throughout McCune a few minutes ago. That's directly from Frontenac firefighter. We got 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible in Oswego and Labette coming up, southeast Kansas. So let's keep an eye on that storm as it heads southeast. That could be a problem for Commerce, Miami, Baxter, maybe Riverton as well. Depends on the track it takes. But appreciate you tuning in tonight. Ty Albright in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. We are live, covering a couple severe thunderstorm warnings and special weather statements for Joplin. We knew we had a chance today. The storms kind of split around us. But now here they are on our doorstep, on Joplin's doorstep. National Weather Service in Springfield says they're most likely going to have to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for the storm that's approaching the southwestern edge of Cherokee County that's near Altamont. They are monitoring that closely. So Oswego and Labette, you're under the severe warning. Highway 59 between Chautauqua and Oswego up to Altamont. It's 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts that have been observed in golf ball size hail. Still rotation near Altamont. Let's just keep an eye on it. But again, southwestern side of Cherokee County, maybe even southwest of Columbus, could be getting a warning here in just a bit. We'll watch it, though. We're here following it moment by moment, scan by scan, chat by chat. Lightning strike by lightning strike, which we're seeing increase in the Joplin Metro. Let me know on the KZRG Facebook comments. I'll check them here in just a second. But let me know if you guys can see some of these city names. I can kind of mess with the size of the city names a bit. I just want to know if it's easy to see. I assume most people are watching on their phones, but I can adjust some of these settings. I've been playing with it just a little bit. But let me know if it's easy to see. I know I click around a lot. If you're watching the live stream, I click around and zoom in a lot. But If you can see some of these city names, let me know how it looks for you. Oops. It's a black screen there. There you go. I just want to get feedback so I can make sure that I am giving people the best type of coverage so you guys can read it, because this is all about you. It's not about me. It's about you guys. Making sure you are aware and you can read what I'm showing you on the screen. But again, special weather statement in Jasper County, more of a severe threat in parts of Labette County, near Labette, near Oswego, near Altamont. Hello, Rob. Hello. Thank you. Big Rob. Direction of cells. Yes, Greg, the cells are moving in the southeast direction, about 25 to 35 miles per hour. Relatively slow. But again, big time hails between Parsons and Altamont, headed for Labette. Labette, you're about to get hailed on. Big time hail. Big time hail headed for Oswego, excuse me. Still a little bit of rotation in and around Altamont we're watching. But 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts are also possible. Thank you, Rick, for the feedback. Again, leave a KZRG comment. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys the best viewing experience. A lot of hail headed for the northern edge of Galena, northern edge of Riverton, crestline areas, and then the northwest side of Joplin. So that's ticked up a little bit here. I want to see if the National Weather Service is going to try to issue anything. The storm is trying to rotate just a little bit, but it looks like more of a hail threat right now. Let's keep an eye on the next radar scan and see what it says. But National Weather Service in Springfield still doesn't have a warning in Jasper County, but we are again seeing some hail threats with these storms. As you can see here on the KZRG eye in the sky, lightning activity getting closer and closer to our tower cam. Do a new severe thunderstorm warning. Southwestern edge of Cherokee County. Southwestern half, at least. That covers... Actually, they issued it for a good chunk of it. Covers Columbus, covers Baxter. We got 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and hail up to the size of golf balls. So, parts of Cherokee County there. We'll go ahead and do another radio update here in just a minute. Hey, Coach. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Again, following severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, lots of hail could be coming to the Riverton, Galena, northwestern side of Joplin here. So let's keep an eye on it as these cells dip southeast at about 30 miles an hour. We'll give our radio listeners, though, another, at least on all the stations, another update here. So give me just a second.
Live from the News Talk KZRG Storm Center, it's severe weather coverage from the Zimmer Marketing Studios, sponsored by New Mac Electric.
Ty Albright here in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor, back on all stations with another update for you. I do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a good chunk of Cherokee County. That does include Baxter, Columbus, Hallowell. It doesn't include Galena, maybe the western edge of Riverton, but still we're watching a cell that is near Labette, Altamont, and Oswego we were talking about earlier. It's starting to move to the southeast, so it's going to bring with it golf ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts to portions of Cherokee County, especially west-southwest of Columbus, I think, with the current track. Maybe Baxter. Baxter, you got time to get that car in the garage, under the carport, whatever it is. But for now, they, again, have issued this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Cherokee County. So that's why I'm back on your radio. We're also still not under a warning in Jasper County. Joplin's not. But if you look on the radar here, big-time hailers coming down in and around Crestline area, maybe the Empire, northwestern edge of Galena, north of Riverton, moving southeast. So northwest side of Joplin, get ready for some possible hailers coming in. We got our KZRG eye in the sky on it. Lightning's upticking a bit. Kind of get a good look at the structure on this storm when it does lightning. But you can see that on the KZRG live stream, News Talk KZRG Facebook page and YouTube. But again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a good chunk of Cherokee County. Also Labette County. Labette, you're getting battered. Oswego, about to get battered. Northern edge of Chautauqua, keep an eye out. Highway 59 to Highway 160 there in Oswego. You need to be making sure you're in some sort of substantial shelter, because this is, again, a storm that is producing some rather impressive hail and a little bit of rotation in near between Oswego and Altamont, but nothing that's at least concerning enough for the National Weather Service. But again, we're all getting in on these storms in and around Joplin, Carl, Webb, Oronogo, Carthage. You're on kind of the weaker side of it right now. More concerns near Crestline, Carl, Riverton, Galena, western side of Joplin, and then over towards Columbus, Oswego, Labette. So those are the areas I'm more concerned about. But we are all going to get some, uptick in convective coverage here, just, storms and whatnot. But we had reports of golf ball, marble, nickel, quarter-size hail, different sizes of hail coming in from these storms. But Joplin not under a warning, but I do expect maybe some more chatter from the National Weather Service. We've got an uptick in hail and heavy rain between Crestline, Riverton, and Galena, headed east, southeast towards the western edge of Joplin, northwestern edge of Joplin, Airport Drive, Belleville areas there, JJ Highway between Carl and 7th Street. So those are the areas that are going to be seeing some of the uptick in this storm. And it's a non-zero tornado threat, but the rotation's just not all that there. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I see the storm trying to spin a little bit, but again, it's not. It's more of a gusty wind threat right now, north of Galena, north of Riverton. But let's watch it. Let's keep an eye on it. Make sure you got that Zimmer Storm Center app, or you got me on your radio or your phone or whatever to give you the exact information as it gets issued, so you've got plenty of lead time if you got to take some sort of shelter. But even with this storm, you don't want to be outside at. I know it's 9:30 at night on a Thursday. You can't be. I mean, what else are you doing, on this June 25th? But just make sure you've got some substantial walls around you. Get away from windows because the lightning is upticking. But we do have the KZRG Eye in the Sky on it. You can look at that on this stream. News Talk KZRG Facebook and YouTube. Search it. You can see me as well. My Red and White Sip and Shop event, thanks to those that helped with our honor flight of the Ozarks Radiothon today. Tens of thousands of dollars are going to go to help local veterans get to D.C., see their war memorials. So that was something cool that Zimmer Marketing did today. And you still have time to help. You've heard a lot about it if you've been listening, but downtown Webb City, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3. Got a Red, White Sip and Shop event actually happening. So there will be the chance for you to help veterans there. Great food, supporting local businesses, things like that. So that's on Saturday. Just want to make sure you're aware of that. But we are still weather aware tonight. Still no chatter about a warning in Jasper County, but I'm just watching a little bit of gusty winds and very broad rotation north of Galena, northeast of Riverton. Try to get closer to the Kansas-Missouri border, northwest edge of Joplin, southwest of Carl Junction. Again, it's nothing concerning enough to even see some chatter from the National Weather Service, so that's good news, but I just want to keep an eye on it because that's what I'm currently watching. Again, 9:31, Thursday, June 25th, KZRG 24-hour Storm Center. Ty Albright reporting live on severe weather here. Big-time lightning coming through. So we watch on the KZRG Eye in the Sky, pointed to the northwest from our studios near 32nd range line. Gusty winds, hail, and flash flooding tonight. Still watching for a little bit of rotation, but it's not been concerning enough. So good news there with these storms thus far. But like I said, we're watching it every second. You can hear me yapping and yapping, talking about it. Just so you are weather aware tonight. But again, flash flooding, please turn around, don't drown. We had a quick 2 to 3 inches of rain that fell in parts of Crawford and Cherokee counties earlier with the storms. They are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning in the eastern edge of Labette County in southeast Kansas. Let's get this new update here. Storm's only moving 15 miles an hour to the east. Located near Oswego, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail has been reported with this storm. Highway 59 between Altamont and Oswego just getting absolutely pummeled at this time. A little bit of rotation southwest of Oswego. Nothing too crazy. It's not looking as impressive as it was. Just been a lot of little showers that have tried to join in on this party. But I'm still just watching this area north of Galena, northeast of Riverton, north of Empire and Galena. It's just that's where the area is trying to spin the most, but it's still just very broad rotation. Let's just keep an eye on it. Gusty winds headed for the northwest edge of Joplin. Carl Junction getting in on the heavy rain and thunderstorm. The brunt of the thunderstorm it is. .933 KZRG 24-hour storm center. Ty Albright reporting live on all the stations at Zimmer Marketing. Showing you the radar on the KZRG live stream. Again, if you are looking on the live stream, take a look at the area between Riverton, Galena, and Crestline. That's near Messer Road. A lot of hail, a lot of rain coming down. And then if you look at the right side of your screen, I'll draw a little circle here. Oop, that's not a circle. That is a circle, but it's not the right circle. There's a little area, broad rotation north of Galena, headed southeast. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see if there's some gusty winds being reported with that storm. But it's very broad. But I think it's still mostly a wind threat. But again, it's just very, very, very broad rotation. Big time lightning strikes, though, coming down. So this storm is still rather intense, at least. So we'll keep an eye on it as it meanders in towards the metro. Oh, here we go. Latest from National Weather Service. Storm moving into Joplin, increasing in strength. New warnings coming out. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, 1-inch size hail with a storm as thunder rolls. So again, your phone's about to go off in Joplin for a severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and 1-inch size hail with this storm. So we are ahead of it. Before the warning gets issued, we'll let you know, and that's what I'm doing right now as I'm yapping in your ear. So you will start to see the storm move into the western edge of Joplin first, northwestern edge. Really watching this area north of Galena, trying to spin, very broad rotation, not enough for any type of tornadic warning. But it's going to get a little loud, a little hairy north of Galena right now. Near my cousin's house, so you guys just make sure you're in some sort of sturdy shelter. I know it's 9:30 at night, late at night, getting the kids to bed, and everybody's waking up to the storm. But gusty winds coming through north of Galena, northeast of Riverton. Going to be headed towards the northwestern edge of Joplin as we're about to get a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the city of Joplin. And there it is. Phones lighting up. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Jasper County. That includes the city of Joplin as this storm is continuing to strengthen in intensity. This also includes parts of Newton County as well. So southeastern Cherokee, northern Newton, and southern Jasper. Severe thunderstorm warning located in and around Galena, in and around Riverton, between Galena and Carl Junction, essentially. Moving east-ish, moving a little bit southeast as well, about 30 miles an hour. You got 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail reported with this storm. So, again, severe thunderstorm warning just issued. We are live on the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center stream on Facebook and on YouTube and on the radio, of course. So, we'll keep following it for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, we're watching gusty winds move right into the Belleville area, north of Galena, southwest of Carl, northwestern edges of Joplin. There, JJ Highway for Road, Central City Road. Get ready for that. Of course, that's JJ Highway, but severe thunderstorm warnings getting issued. Phone's probably going off. Depends on how you got it set up. But if you got the Zimmer Storm Center app, you got that alert sent right to you as it was issued. So, a little bit of hail, gusty winds. Now, when I said southern Newton, this only includes northern Newton, excuse me. It only includes areas like Loma Linda, Shoal Creek Estates, Diamonds, Fidelity. Well, Fidelity's in Jasper County, but just a little bit, just a little sliver of Newton County. But again, moving into Joplin. Northwestern edges first. Carl Junction's getting battered. Airport Drive, you're in line for it. Webb, Oronogo, you are in line for probably some small hail. So get ready for that. Area of broad rotation still northeast of Galena and western side of Joplin now. Near Central City Road and Bell Center. But again, it's very broad. I'm just not overly super worried about it. I mean, we're keeping an eye on it. I don't want to rule anything out. It's a non-zero little spin-up threat. But Again, we got the KZRG eye in the sky on it, which I'm going to move around a little bit and move a little bit more towards the west so we can see if we can get a lightning strike on maybe to be able to see what this structure looks like on this storm. But we do have some good old-fashioned lightning, is what they call it. Pushing in. So you can see 32nd Street, very minimal traffic. So luckily, hopefully, people are staying inside tonight, making sure you got some substantial shelter around you, just in case you will need to take shelter. But right now, of course, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, some hail moving into the northwestern edges of Joplin at this time. Severe hail index has the brunt of it in a kind of triangulated area between Crestline, Galena, and Carl Junction. That'd be the Messer Road area near Boston Mills Road as they head towards, is that Belleville over there? Highway P? JJ Highway. That's where the area the biggest hail's been headed. So, and again, it's moving east-southeast. So let's see if that can clip at least the northern edge of Joplin, Airport Drive, Webb City might see the brunt of the hail. But hopefully you got your car inside. But again, severe thunderstorm warning in Joplin. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts reported. Possible, at least. Some hail as well. Storm continues to increase just a little bit. But if you're in Airport Drive, Carl, you're getting brunt of the storm here. We do have reports of water over the roadway in parts of rural southeast Kansas. So this is the same storm that pushed through Scammon Weir and has brought flash flooding there. So I know I don't talk about it enough, but please turn around, don't drown. Don't be driving over flooded roadways. Just as dangerous as any of these gusty winds are. If you're just tuning in, I know people turn the radios on and off all the time. You switch back and forth. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We've got areas. Let's go from Labette County. We got Oswego getting battered with some hail all the way over to Crestline, Carl Junction, north of Galena, getting in on that hail action. Still a little bit of broad rotation, just not overly concerning at this time. We'll take a look at several different radars here and see what it's saying. But gusty winds are definitely possible, or actually likely with this storm. So up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts can do some, reasonable damage to any trees that are already weakened by the storms we've had past few weeks. But at least no chatter from the storm or the National Weather Service in Springfield about any sort of worry about the rotation. So that's good news for now. Still very broad. Northwestern edge of Joplin is where the area of broad rotation is. It's just trying to spin, but it just can't get going. It's more of an elevated storm at this time. But we'll follow it. We'll follow it for you here on the stations of Zimmer Marketing as I take a sip of water.
You are listening to live severe weather coverage with the stations of Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. When severe weather breaks out, depend on News Talk KZRG to break in. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
Hydrated and reloaded. It's Ty Albright in the KZRG 24-hour storm center following a couple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Headed into the Joplin metro, western edge of Joplin getting battered, northwestern edges of Joplin more specifically. Right now, I do have a little bit of hail coming down, a lot of lightning with this storm, very broad rotation, so we're not super worried about any type of spin up, but it's possible. We just want to keep an eye on it. But just make sure you've got some substantial shelter around you, but there's no tornado threat at this very second, but just broad rotation between Galena and Joplin right now. So hail core headed for Airport Drive. Briar Brook, you're getting pounded with hail. Webb City, get ready for some hail. Oronogo, get ready for some hail. Severe thunderstorm warning. 1/2 inch to quarter size hail being reported with the storm. A lot of lightning as well. And again, flash flooding. Please turn around, don't drown. We've had reports of 4 inches of water on a roadway in Scammon. Again, that's kind of in rural Cherokee County, but this is still a storm that is moving through Joplin now at this time. Still broad rotation again, northwestern sides of Joplin. Very broad, very, very broad. Not all that impressive, but we're watching it. We're keeping an eye on it. National Weather Service has just issued a flash flood warning for Cherokee County, parts of Crawford, parts of Barton, parts of Jasper, and parts of Newton. So we've had emergency management report thunderstorms have produced heavy rain, between 1 to 3 inches of rain already. And again, flash flooding is occurring at this time. So please turn around, don't drown. It's said a lot, but it's very serious. So please, flash flooding includes Joplin, Webb, Carl, the surrounding metro of Joplin, Girard, Pittsburgh. Everybody needs to be weather aware and aware of the possible flooding of small creeks and streams. And then, of course, it only takes a few inches of flowing water to take your car off the road. But again, severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a good view of it. The eye in the sky, KZRG, eye in the sky. Take a look at that on the KZRG Facebook and YouTube channels. As where I'm live, you can see me crossing my arms and speaking into the microphone as we watch this low cloud deck move into Joplin. And the lightning light up the sky on the northwestern edge of town. But again, severe thunderstorm warning. Rotation still pretty broad, but it's trying. It's just a little mid-level rotation. It's trying, but we'll see if it can sustain anything. It's still a relatively elevated storm, so it's not close enough, at least to this boundary, that would help it spin, but it's just in and around it. So we just got to watch it. That's why I'm sitting here and yapping in your ear at 9:45 on a Thursday night in late June. Because there's chances that these storms, bring significant impacts to parts of the area. But again, right now it's a run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some quarter to marble-size hail has been reported. But if you are looking at the KZRG stream here on the right side of the screen, I will show you the area that we're looking at for possible rotation between Galena and Joplin. Again, it's very broad. We're kind of in between radars here. I talk about that a lot. Those are pretty much the areas that we can't get a good look at because we're kind of in between the Tulsa and Springfield radars. But again, broad rotation still between Galena and Joplin as these low clouds head in to the metro. Take a look at the Springfield radar as well if you're still looking. You can still see it's a little bit of a different view. We'll take a look at the national radar. Doesn't give us as high res of a view, but still just a little bit of rotation in between Galena and Joplin, headed east-southeast. So let's just keep our eyes on it and see if we get some gusty winds out of that. Again, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning, but flash flooding is also taking place. So hopefully this information is helping you tonight as we progress towards the 10 o'clock hour. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail with these storms, and watching for any little broad rotation. We'll follow it for you. Moment by moment, radar scan by radar scan. But again, the National Weather Service in Springfield's not really chatting it up. But right now they're working to, at least in northeast Oklahoma, they're working to extend the tornado watch to 1 a.m. Now, northeast Oklahoma has been under a tornado watch for quite some time. Joplin, southeast Kansas, never actually got underneath the watch. But we'll see if Springfield, maybe we do get under this. It's going to be close because I think whatever's moving through now is the storms that we're looking at for the night, at least for Joplin. I just don't know if there's going to be enough left in the atmosphere after this round. I know there could be some more rain overnight, but we'll see what the National Weather Service ends up doing if they put any more of us in a watch. But it really, again, the storm is here. Like we're getting impacted by it right now. Hail coming down between Carl and Joplin, northwest side of town there. Fountain Road, Central City Road, Airport Drive, Webb City. So please just understand you are going to see torrential rainfall, possibility of small hail, and the possibility of some damaging wind gusts as well with these storms. So I want to make sure that everybody's weather aware tonight because these storms, we've been getting battered this June. So it's been very, very active trying to keep up with all of these severe storms and rainfall, honestly. Every summer we seem to be begging for rain, but this summer we're like, hey, go ahead and stop. So, but right now at least we are continuing to see this rainfall dump at 2, 3, 4 inches of rain in some parts of southeast Kansas. So those are the storms that are pushing into the western edge of Joplin right now and going to be moving east-southeast. So rain line at least getting closer to 7th and Main downtown. National Weather Service in Springfield meteorologist says the storm is increasing. They are going to reissue the warning and increase the hail size to golf balls. So storm strength increasing in Joplin. Golf ball size hail is possible. Expect torrential rainfall in Joplin here soon. That directly from the National Weather Service in Springfield. Torrential rainfall in Joplin here soon. So as you can see on the KZRG eye in the sky, very low clouds coming on in. Let's maybe get some lightning strike. You see the city lights reflecting off the clouds, and then you'll be able to see those better, and we get some more lightning. You'll be able to get a better view of it as well. But again, torrential rainfall in Joplin here momentarily, at least on the western edge. It's already happening, but downtown about to get torrentially rainfalled on. And, of course, the threat for gusty winds and some hail now up to golf balls. Right now, though, again, it's rotations. I mean, it's trying in some of the mid levels, but it's not really too concerning. Not much in the way to be concerned about, at least rotation-wise at this time. But again, we're keeping an eye on it. Several different angles on it. Heavy rain, though, torrential rainfall, as described by the National Weather Service, in and around Joplin right now, moving in. So if you expect some street flooding. So if you're out and about driving around, just make sure you take it slow. Don't want to forget about those in Oswego, north of Chautauqua. Heavy amounts of rain, still a little bit of rotation on Highway 59 between Oswego and Chautauqua. That storm's moving southeast. Going to impact very southwestern edges of Cherokee County, then move closer to maybe Commerce and Miami. So if you're in that area, just be weather aware that you're going to be able to get in on this action as well. And again, still we've got threats for just a little bit of rotation, but I just National Weather Service doesn't seem all that concerned about it right now. So let's be thankful for that. But again, torrential rainfall in and around Joplin is coming. So please take it slow out there on the roads. You do not want to be hydroplaning. Make sure you're buckled up if you're out driving about. Flash flooding, big problem. Had some roadways washed over in Scammon. That's the same storm that moved through that area. But again, it's very broad rotation if you're looking at the right side of your screen on the KZRG live stream. It's not broad enough to too much concern, at least rotation-wise. But Supercell, little tiny supercell near Oswego should brush into Ottawa County. Other storms across southern Kansas moving southeast. So we do have at least our friends in Ottawa County have a chance there in Miami Commerce to see that storm near Oswego, as I mentioned. But that's directly now from the National Weather Service in Tulsa. Rotation still very broad. Doesn't look like it's too crazy, at least on the Springfield radar with the latest scan. But big-time rain between Galena and Joplin entering downtown as we speak. Airport Drive, Webb City getting poured on. It's considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning because of the golf ball size hail that's possible. Where's that golf ball size hail exactly? Well, let's take a look at some of the latest hail swaths. On the radar we're using northwest side of Joplin. Probability of getting hailed on right now. Good times over there on the northwestern edge of Joplin, headed for downtown. And again, moving east-southeast, so a good chunk of Joplin could see some of this hail. So hopefully your car is underneath some sort of protection. But again, we are seeing some torrential rainfall coming down in Joplin. This hail swath moved through Scammon, moved through a little bit of Crestline area, then dropping southeasterly, continues to push into Joplin and is dropping some hail right over downtown as we speak. Again, the heaviest in and around the northwestern edge, maybe Zora and Main Street just south of there. Northern edge of downtown, maybe. We're getting kind of zoomed in far to the radar, but definitely in that part along and north of 7th Street for sure. And moving east-southeast, so a good chunk of Joplin going to get in on the possibility golf ball size hail. Doesn't seem to be anything of that sort here on the southeastern side of town. The KZRG tower cam here near 32nd range line. As the storm is just kind of crawling in. But again, we're coming up closer to 10 o'clock here on the KZRG 24-hour storm center live on all stations of Zimmer Marketing because there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Joplin that's got a considerable damage threat. So that's why we're here talking to you, making sure there's nothing else that you need to be concerned about tonight. But again, you can join us on YouTube, on Facebook, News Talk KZRG. We're live. You can see the KZRG eye in the sky, full screen right now. Lightning is not too crazy, at least. I mean, there are a lot of flashes. I'm not seeing a lot of in the way of strikes, at least from our tower cam. Maybe there's a lot of clouds in the way, but again, severe thunderstorm warning, Joplin. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, golf ball size hail possible. Right over the western half of Joplin, north and western half of Joplin, Webb City, Airport Drive, Loma Linda, Shoal Creek Estates, Mercy Hospital, I-44 in and around town, Freeman Hospital as well down there. Heavy amounts of rain, torrential rainfall as described by the National Weather Service in Springfield. Again, we want to look at the storm near Chautauqua, moving more to the southeast. It's going to move across parts of Craig and Ottawa counties. Hail and wind are concerns there. So that's a little bit farther west. That's going in between Chautauqua and Oswego at this time. Very little small supercell right over Highway 59. Southeastern Labette County, very extreme southwestern edges of Cherokee County. Rainfall rates pretty high in Joplin. At least the hail swath's not as impressive as it was just a moment ago on the latest scan. But again, there is chances for golf ball size hail downtown Joplin. So here we are talking about it. Again, KZRG Facebook and YouTube channels. You can see right now KZRG Eye in the Sky while I take just a second to turn the air conditioning on.
You are listening to live severe weather coverage with the stations of Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. When bad weather strikes, News Talk KZRG is here for you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. News Talk KZRG, your home for weather, news, and politics. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
The air is flowing in the KZRG 24-hour storm center. Ty Albright here in the KZRG air-conditioned 24-hour storm center. Following a severe thunderstorm warning pushing through Joplin as we speak. Coming up on 10 o'clock tonight. Golf ball size hail possible. National Weather Service in Springfield says torrential rainfall is also likely and is happening in Joplin with this storm. You can kind of see these very low clouds move right towards our KZRG tower cam. Increased activity on 32nd Street. People driving around. Be safe if you're out there. Could be hydroplanes. A hydroplane threat, at least. Because, again, boom, big time, heavy rain coming down. A little bit of broad rotation kind of near our tower cam. Very low-level clouds here that you can see. Check that out on the KZRG Facebook and YouTube. Area broad rotation would be right over us here on the southeast side of town. Again, it's nothing too concerning, but we're watching it. All right, we got a new tornado watch. Again, watch means conditions favorable for storms that could produce. It's not a warning. It's a watch. Northeast Oklahoma has been extended till 1 a.m. So Joplin and surrounding areas still not in a watch, but we got these warnings in effect. So just want to make sure in Northeast Oklahoma that tornado watch has been extended to 1 a.m. at this time. So we'll continue to follow it for you. Heavy rainfall starting here at the KZRG 24-hour storm center tower cam. Eye in the sky, we call it. But again, severe thunderstorm warning pushing through Joplin, 10 o'clock on this Thursday night, June 25th, 2026. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. If you're out driving around, please watch for street flooding. We've had so much rain. Hydroplaning is a very real possibility, so please take it slow. Don't change speeds real quick. Couple more, spaces between you and the car in front of you. Just simple things like that. A lot of people won't listen anyway, but hey, it's worth a shot. Heavy amounts of rain, though, right over the city of Joplin. Going to cause some flash flooding problems in Webb City, Airport Drive, Oronogo, even over to Brooklyn Heights and Carthage, Carl Junction. You are looking out. You're now out of the brunt of the rain, at least. There's still some lingering rain on the backside of the storm, but the brunt of the storm has moved through CJ. Labette County, any listeners there? They are canceling the severe thunderstorm warning, maybe. So that storm is still between Neosho or Chetopa and Oswego, but it's moving kind of out of Labette County. But as you can see here on the KZRG 24-hour storm center eye in the sky, heavy rainfall falling on the southeastern edge of Joplin. So that torrential rainfall is bringing with it gusty winds as well and some small hail. We'll see if we can see some hail on this tower cam. I can hear it hitting the roof. I can see the cars slowing down on 32nd Street. So again, we've got wind whipping and big time hail coming down in the city of Joplin, at least reported up to golf ball size. I'm be curious to see if anybody's actually seeing that or not. But again, golf ball size hail is possible there. It's not something to take lightly here. But as you can see here on the KZRG tower cam, boom, boom, boom. Big time wind coming down, big time rain as well. Food for Less parking lot getting battered. You can see here actually a lot of increased activity in the KZRG or the Food for Less parking lot. Everybody leaving, but you can see the wind whipping through So please take these storms seriously. Make sure you've got some substantial shelter around you. I know these storms are moving through Joplin already, the southeast edge, now getting in on it, but it's just some hail that's coming down. So severe thunderstorm warning continues to push through Joplin. Dunaweg, Duquesne finally getting in on the action. I-44, I-49 interchange. Not going to be a fun place to be here in just a few moments. The storm is pushing east-southeast, so still broad rotations, nothing too crazy to be concerned about there. But we're watching it. Again, we're live on the KZRG Facebook and YouTube channels, so get a better view of what I'm talking about here in the radar and the eye in the sky that I'm using. Again, severe thunderstorm warning impacting in and around Joplin, Duquesne, Dunaweg, Shoal Creek, I-44, I-49 interchanges there, 249. Missouri's southern area getting battered. Now, I know Carthage, you've been under this warning for a while. Carthage kind of on this northeastern edge of the storm, of the cell, so it's not been as intense there in Carthage and Brooklyn Heights, that area. Looks like the brunt of the storm may move south of you towards Fidelity, maybe towards Diamonds. So good news for those of you that live in Carthage. You may not get the pack of the punch, if you know what I'm saying. But again, battering rainfall continues to fall in the Food for Less parking lot. Steady stream of vehicles there. Must have been closing time. Looks like the winds have shifted a little bit in Joplin now that the storm has rolled through. So again, when the brunt of the storm comes through, I think that's what we are looking at for the whole night. I know in northeast Oklahoma, they extended the tornado watch until 1 a.m., but nobody else has been in a watch. Southeast Kansas wasn't in a watch, but I just want to be weather aware. It looks like the best chance for any further tornadic activity would be northeast Oklahoma tonight, but I'm a little curious as to why they extended it so late. So Jasper County Emergency Services says State Highway 96 and County Road 270 south to Ivy Road in Jasper County almost entirely covered by water at this time. Let me read that again because I'm a little confused. State Highway 96 and County Road 270 south to Ivy Road. Okay, I know where that's at. It's nearly covered in water at this time. So again, Jasper County drivers, if you State Highway 96, County Road 270, that's over there by the roundabout near north of Carl Junction, I'm pretty sure. South to Ivy Road. Yeah, so just north of CJ. East of the roundabout, 171-96 roundabout. North of CJ, it looks like there's some water covering State Highway 96 and County Road 270 south to Ivy Road. So please turn around, don't drown. Take that just as seriously as these gusty winds. It's going to be dark. You're not going to be able to see all that water. Still a lot of gusty winds, broad rotation, southeast edge of Joplin, just to the south of Flying J, 32nd Street there, south of 249, I-44, 49 interchange, the three-leaf little clover there. Duquesne getting battered, Dunaway getting battered, severe thunderstorm warning continues. Again, very low risk for any type of rotating storm, but we're still watching it because, again, it's packing a punch. National Weather Service is asking for hail reports, so if you've got any reports, find them on Facebook, send them any reports that you've got. They had some reports of golf balls, but they're trying to verify it. Again, we're live on KZRG, stations of Zimmer Marketing. We'll continue to be so and until these storms get the heck out of the way. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you to those that donated during the honor flights of the Ozarks Radiothon today. Tens of thousands of dollars he helped raise to get local vets to D.C. to see their war memorials. So little shout out there for that. If you're in southeast Kansas, southwest Cherokee County, still near Chatopa, Hallowell, 166, southwest of Columbus, there's still a little bit of hail and lightning with that storm, but it's not looking as impressive as it was. But this storm is really dumping rain. Duquesne, Dunaweg, 249, I-44, I-49 interchange there. Flying J getting pounded. 32nd Street there, exit 39 and 11, where 44, 49, and 249 meet up, and then that's going to keep going east towards Fidelity and I-44, 49's four-leaf clover. Thank you so much for tuning in, though, tonight. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings continue. Not overly concerned about rotation. We just saw some broad rotation push through Joplin and bring with it gusty winds. That's going to be headed for Diamond here shortly, and Fidelity in the south side of Carthage. Carthage, at least downtown Carthage near the square. You are on the northern edge of the storm, which is a little bit weaker. So at least good news for Carthage, but you can see here on the map on the KZRG live stream what we're talking about here. Still flooding, though. Flooding. Big concern. Flash flooding. We don't want to hear of any water rescues tonight, so you heard it here. Please turn around. Don't drown. Take that seriously. Again, these are slow movers. Heavy rainfall rates. Saturated soils already. So please understand that. But again, severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for the Joplin Metro. In effect for another little bit here. Well, let me see. Let me get you the exact details on it. It expires in 20 minutes, but brunt of the storms pushed through downtown Joplin. Areas along and west of range line. The brunt of the storm is over. It's still pushing through the eastern edge of town. Dunaweg, Duquesne, 249, 44, 49 interchanges. So southeast side of Joplin, southeast side of the metro still underneath this severe thunderstorm warning where it's really still the brunt of the storm. But again, we did have a few little broad rotation tracks right over. As you can see here, right over our tower cam a little bit ago, as I was mentioning, there were some low-level clouds that were trying to get going, but again, nothing that actually produced something on the ground. So that's good news, but we were watching it. You were here. You were listening. We had the live cam on it. Again, torrential rainfall pushing through Joplin. Flash flooding, please turn around, don't drown. We've had reports of 3 to 4 inches of rainfall in parts of southeast Kansas, so I expect to see some very similar rates here. We, again, State Highway 96 and County Road 270 south to Ivy Road near Carl Junction, just to the north of Carl Junction, almost entirely covered by water. That was reported a few minutes ago by law enforcement. So we're continuing to see these heavy rainfall rates push through. We do have law enforcement at I-49, I-44 interchange. He says we have zero hail, just heavy rainfall. So maybe the storm isn't as strong as it was, at least hail-wise. But again, we want to take that heavy rainfall very seriously, too. Still some heavy winds coming through, probably 40, 50, even up to 60 with these storms. But again, law enforcement at the I-44, I-49 interchange says they do not have any hail, but they do have torrential heavy rainfall. Again, continuing to follow these storms live on the KZRG Facebook page, of which I'm going to check the KZRG comments, see what you guys are saying. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight. Carthage Webb, just heavy rain now. Galena's looking good. Everybody in southeast Kansas really looking good, except there's a tiny little portion of Chetopa, west of Baxter, southwest of Columbus, that's got a little bit of a hailer coming in, but rest of us still going to see chances for more rain. If you go ahead and take a look towards Wichita, take a look and take a gander, because there's another line of rain coming in that might be dipping more south than southeast. So maybe that stays west of us, maybe stays towards Coffeyville, but there's some storms out there that we're going to keep an eye on for more rainfall. Somebody was asking if the sirens were going off. No, but of course the sirens go off. Obviously a tornado warning if there was one. They also go off if there's a severe warning with 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts or tornado possible tag now in Joplin. So they shouldn't have gone off tonight. I don't think they did. I don't think they did at all, but somebody was just asking about that. But again, torrential rainfall, eastern side of Joplin, moving right into Fidelity, south of Carthage. Nasty little bugger. It's pushed through Joplin, dumping rain. They have trimmed Joplin out of the latest severe thunderstorm warning, so good news for downtown Joplin. There's just a slim part of town, including our station, that's still in the warning, but honestly, the brunt of the storm has now past 249, east of 249. So in Dunaweg, points east and is moving away from Joplin. So you're in Joplin, let's go ahead and rest easy. They have also canceled the Cherokee County warning as well. So good news there. Again, flash flooding still a concern. Lightning, rumbles of thunder here and there. Heavy rainfall still a concern. But again, Joplin, Webb, Oronogo, Carl, Airport Drive, no longer underneath a severe warning. So go ahead and take a deep breath, and the storm's over. At least the brunt of the storm there in Joplin. So Fidelity, though, latest scan has it right on your doorstep. I-44, I-49 interchange, the four-leaf clover. It's not as intense as it was, so some good news there. You don't see any pinks in there anymore on the latest scan. Diamond, you're on the southern edge of it. Might see some gusty winds move in here momentarily. But 10:15 here on the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. Again, severe thunderstorm warning now limited to extreme southern Jasper County and northern Newton County. Doesn't really include Joplin. I mean, it does the eastern half, but the storm's moved on. Main concern right now, south of Carthage, Diamond, Fidelity, four-leaf clover of I-44. Just, again, severe thunderstorm warning. In effect, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and the hail is down to reports of quarters. But actually, so you know what? We'll let our music listeners get back to regular programming. Severe thunderstorm warning has weakened a bit. But again, if you're on I-44 between Joplin and Sarcoxy right now, take it slow, please. Don't stop under overpasses or anything like that. But we'll get to our music listeners back to regular programming. You want more severe weather coverage? You want to hear me and my voice continue to start going out? Check out News Talk KZRG on our YouTube or our Facebook, or AM 1310 if you're in Jasper County, Newton County, parts of the area. 105.9 or 102.9 will get you our feed for a little bit longer. So thanks for tuning in on the stations of Zimmer Marketing. Ty Albright in the KZRG 24-hour storm sensor. Have a good rest of your night. Again, if these storms ramp up or something, again, we'll be here to let you know. But for now, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you soon.
This severe weather update from studios of News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing is sponsored by New Mac Electric, proudly serving Southwest Missouri for over 80 years. New Mac Electric, your touch-tone energy partner. Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's all right back here live on the KZRG 24-hour Storm Center, Facebook, YouTube, and radio station. It looks like the good news is, again, the storm's weaker a little bit than it was. Still moving east. Going to be torrential rainfall for Fidelity, Diamond, Sarcoxy, Reeds, and parts of northern Newton County and southern and southeastern Jasper County. The storm near Pitcher, or not, northwest of Pitcher, near Chatopa, southwest of Columbus, looking weaker. It might be kind of dying off. We'll see what that does, but it's really, really slow. Man, these are just some slow movers here. We'll see how these interact with the rest of the storms. But honestly, the environment's still ripe for a marginal severe, but it looks like it's lost its energy. It's like lost a lot of energy with these storms. So Joplin, we're looking good. Maybe more rain, thunder, rumbles coming up, but nothing too crazy here at this time. So we'll stay live for a little bit longer just to kind of talk the rest of Newton County and Jasper County through the storm. Deluxe car wash, though, with the wind and the rain, maybe a little bit of hail. But we'll continue to watch it for you, just in case. Just in case. I really don't think the air turned on earlier when I turned it on. So give me just a second, and I'm going to turn that air conditioning on.
You're listening to live severe weather coverage with the stations of Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG. When bad weather strikes, News Talk KZRG is here for you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. News Talk KZRG, your home for weather, news, and politics. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It did indeed not turn on, but now the fan is moving. So we are good. I'm going to continue live severe weather coverage here in this late night 10, what time does that say? 10:19, 10:20. Again, heavy rain headed for Diamond and Fidelity areas, probably Reeds and Sarcoxy, and getting ready for it as well. Rotation's not too crazy. But the storm east of Joplin continues to weaken. The warning most likely will not be extended east. It does expire in 10 minutes. That's directly from the National Weather Service. Also, the storm southwest of Columbus has weakened near Chatopa and Oswego. Good news there as well. But again, we got more storms back here that are not severe right now, but the flash flooding threat's going to continue tonight. So please be aware that the storms will continue to dump rain that could lead to flooded roadways. So, again, we'll stay with you a little bit longer for this severe warning in Jasper County, but then we'll probably let you guys go for the night. Of course, we'll keep you up to date. Actually, okay, so it will expire, yeah, in 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So they do not plan to extend it further east. So, still, though, heavy rain, Fidelity, Diamond, Sarcoxy, Reeds, rumbles of thunder coming your way. Still rain coming down in Joplin. We're following it. We're here. We're watching it. Keeping an eye on it. 10:21. Again, I want to remind you while we got this little bit of... Thank you for watching, Taylor. Appreciate you. Well, I've got you here. Red White Sip and Shop event Saturday, downtown Webb City. Food vendors, local businesses you can buy stuff from and support local business. And the best part of it all, though, going to go to help veterans. Honor Fly of the Ozarks. Local vets get to D.C., Washington, D.C., fly them to D.C., give them a tour of all their war monuments and war memorials. Were essentially built in their honor. So it was a cool radiothon thing Zimmer did today. But you got more. If you didn't know about it or forgot, you do have a chance again Saturday, downtown Webb City. So mark your calendars, be there. I think it's not supposed to rain. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's going to be maybe some storms tomorrow, some showers and storms, but then I think Saturday looks pretty good. But then it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot next week, so we will have to at least some breaks from the severe weather and rain, I think, next week. Let me see if I can show you guys some of this stuff here. If any of this stuff wants to load, but let's see here. This is kind of the GFS model. Handled it pretty well tonight. Maybe scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. But then I think we will be dry most of next week. As you can see here, there's essentially just a big old ridge over the area. You can see all the storms kind of go over that ridge. And actually, let's see what the temperature anomalies look like too. Man, that's bright. Sorry about that. Joplin storm, again, no longer severe. If you're tuning in, the Joplin storm is moving east and weakening. As you can see here, cooler than average temperatures, but you'll start to see a lot of red move in. So we're going to have a big ridge of high pressure kind of over the area. So we're going to start to see above average temperatures, and it's really going to feel like summertime as we progress towards July 4th. So that is going to be a fun time for sure. We'll start to see 90s, mid-90s, heat indexes into the low 100s again. But again, flash flooding tonight going to be a concern, so let's please turn around, don't drown. Make sure you're weather aware of that as the severe weather threat starts to wane. But we did have a pretty intense storm move through Joplin. There was some low-level rotation on it. But, again, it's moving east and slightly weakening. So, Sarcoxy, Reeds, Diamond, Fidelity getting in on the action. Ritchie, Wentworth, maybe north side of Granby, Pierce City, Monette. I-44 between Dunaweg and Sarcoxy. Right there is where the brunt of the storm is. So, actually, you know what? Coming up at 10:30, we'll get you back to your regular programming on News Talk KZRG. We'll stay live on the Facebook and YouTube for just a little bit. But radio listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. When severe weather breaks out, we break in. We will talk to you soon.
This severe weather update from studios of News Talk KZRG and Zimmer Marketing is sponsored by New Mac Electric, proudly serving Southwest Missouri for over 80 years. New Mac Electric, your touch-tone energy partner. Zimmer Marketing and News Talk KZRG.
Hello, KZRG followers, Facebookians. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as we get ready to wind down the stream. Again, still torrential rainfall. Not as torrential as it was, but still heavy rainfall could continue to push through the area. Severe thunderstorm warnings expiring here in just a few minutes as it moves east. But again, let's just take another look at the still line of storms. Look at that. More flooding is going to be possible tonight. Look at those storms between Wichita and Burlington and Iola moving in. So you guys need to make sure you turn around, don't drown. That's the big threat or the big issue tonight, overnight. Take one last look at the comments here. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. It means the world to me that you're watching. Got to stop meeting like this. That's right, Rick. But the 51 of you left, 47 of you left, 49, whatever it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, severe warnings expiring as the storms are kind of petering out, but again, did bring with it some intense moments. But a lot of lightning here in these storms between Wichita, Augusta, El Dorado, Eureka, Yates Center, Iola. They're going to be moving in. So it could be a loud night for you, but hopefully sub-severe storms. So again, thank you. Appreciate you. Don't forget Red White Sip and Shop event Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3, downtown Webb City. Help raise money for local vets. Get to D.C. and see their war memorials, and then support local businesses that way as well. So again, thank you so much for being here. Have a good rest of your evening.